Hello, this is Miss McAfee, and I'm going to explain to you a velocity versus time graph. So these are different than the distance versus time graph that you've seen earlier in the unit. Remember, on a distance versus time graph, distance is on the y-axis and time is on the x-axis, whereas a velocity versus time graph, velocity is on the y-axis, and that makes a big difference. The big difference here is that the slope of the graph, which is the angle of these lines, these diagonal lines, those are the slope, is going to be the rise over the run, and that's y over x. So our y is velocity, and our x is time. And in the second half of Unit 2, you're going to learn that when we take the velocity of an object, especially the change in velocity, and we divide it by the time, then that's going to give us acceleration. So the slope of these lines tells us if an object is accelerating or not. And to accelerate, three things have to occur. To accelerate, you are either speeding up, you have a positive acceleration. That means you're hitting the gas. Also, you can decelerate, which means to slow down. You're hitting the brakes. Or the other way that you can accelerate is to change direction. Because if we're changing velocity, remember velocity is speed with a direction attached. So our velocity would change if our direction changes. So the three ways to accelerate are to speed up, slow down, and change direction. And the slopes of these lines are going to tell us acceleration because they are velocity divided by time. So, velocity is measured in meters per second and time is seconds. So when you have a meters per second divided by second, that's when you get a meter per second, and that's where we write acceleration meter per second squared, because it's a second times a second, which makes it squared. So let's look at this graph for a moment. In the first piece of this graph, we have a positive slope, and that gives us a positive acceleration. It's also a perfectly straight line, so it's going to be a constant positive acceleration. It's constantly increasing. It's getting faster and faster and faster at a steady rate. All right, then here we have a straight line. Now, before, in the distance time graph, that meant that the object was stopped. But here, we can't be stopped because you'll see that the object is going a velocity of 20 meters per second. So they're still going. They're going 20 meters per second, but they're not speeding up or slowing down. They set their cruise control. They're going a constant speed. Now here, in this part of the graph, there's a negative slope. It's going downhill, so they are decelerating. They're slowing down. They're going from 20 meters per second to 10 meters per second. So that means that they have hit their brakes. They're slowing down. They're decelerating. And then here, in this last piece, they are accelerating, but not at a constant rate. Slowly accelerating, and then right here, man, they're really hitting the gas, they're flooring it. They're speeding up super fast. And that's why it's a curved line, because it's not a constant acceleration. Just a little bit of acceleration here, and then really speeding up there. And that's what gives it that curved line. So, just to remember, a velocity versus time graph. The slope gives you acceleration. So if it's a positive slope, it's a positive acceleration, you're speeding up. No slope means you're going a constant acceleration, meaning no acceleration, not constant, sorry. No acceleration, which is cruise control. A negative slope is deceleration, slowing down. And then if it's a curved line, it means it's not a constant acceleration. It means that you're just slowly accelerating, and then, man, you hit the gas and you are flooring it. Similar, but very different from the distance versus time graph. Okay, so if you have any questions, please let either me or your teachers know.